So we're back with the intellectual background here today. Um, I do have a topic that's become increasingly more significant, I guess, and it's something that I knew I was going to have to face, but just didn't know what that meant exactly. My dad is 86, and he's totally independent. He's married to a woman who's about 10 years younger than him, and is pretty much in perfect health for someone his age. Has never been in the hospital, has never had any kind of major surgery, and is totally self-sufficient. He just bought a new car last year, and he golfs 2 or 3 days a week. He's cut down from 18 to 9 holes, and it's great that he's totally independent, but he's at that point where we need to start considering what's going on and how you really deal with some of these issues. And it gets me a little frustrated because it is the total role reversal where I now feel like the parent and he's the kid, and he doesn't listen to anything I say, and he doesn't feel he needs to because he's older than me and he's got a little more education than me. But I just get frustrated because he lives in a very large 3-story house on a couple acres, and there's certain things he really shouldn't be doing, like he should not be cutting the grass himself. And last summer the neighbors called my brother and said, you know, your dad's up on the roof cleaning out the gutters. So here he is up, 25 feet off the ground on a ladder, working on the roof and cleaning out the gutters and everything. And we thought we kind of had some of the issues resolved with hiring a housekeeper for him to come in every couple of weeks and hiring a neighborhood kid to cut the grass. And he seems to fire everybody we hire for him because he doesn't think he needs it, because he can do it himself. That includes shoveling snow too. And it's, they don't see the things kind of deteriorating the way I see them on the outside looking in. And, we're in the current one is his roof's been leaking. And now that the snow has melted and he could get up on the roof, he patched it and he thinks it's good. Well, it's been leaking for a long time, which to me means the insulation's no good, the ceiling needs repaired, it pretty much needs to be completely re-roofed, but he's decided that his quick patch is going to last for at least a year, as long as he goes up there every couple months and pours more tar on it. And I don't know where that mindset came from, but it's the do-it-yourselfer thing. But it needs to be basically completely re-roofed, and really the bottom line is there's no reason for a couple in their mid-80s to be living in a 4-bedroom, 3-story house with 2 family rooms and 2 dens and all the space and all the yard work, and let's not even get into the fact that they're on a septic system and the leach field keeps backing up. We just can't convince him. Whenever we talk about moving into a smaller house, and my definition of a smaller house is something on one level where the garage is on the same level as the kitchen, and it's just a 3-bedroom house, even though they don't need that much, but they don't need much more than 1,500 square feet. But their translation of that is moving them into a home, which nobody has even mentioned, because nobody wants that. And as long as they are able to take care of themselves, there's no reason to consider that. But it's just, I need to quit drinking coffee and talking to my dad, because it's one of those things you just get so furious about that you know is going to lead to an ugly situation. So I started, once we get into it, I just drop it, and which is not good because it doesn't resolve the problem. But I'm not sure how we get them to the point to consider staying independent, but moving into something that's manageable for them, and where it's not as much trouble. Again, I kind of look at it, it's a 3-story house, and his wife just had hip surgery, and I'm not sure how long she can move up and down the stairs and be able to do a lot of things in the house. So I don't know what to do about this one, but I think it's a situation that at some point we all have to face, you know, in some manner. And unfortunately, I can't just move them out here and say, you know, move in with me, or, you know, buy another smaller house close by. That's not going to help because they're not going to move cross country to live here, because their lives are still centered in where they live. So it's, again, it's just something that I think everyone gets faced with at some point, and figuring out how to deal with it is, everyone has predicted that that's one of the issues that we're going to have in our generation, and it's coming to a head with me right now. So not sure where this one goes, but have to figure out some kind of a solution. It's not something you can just kind of let sit there, because there'll be a reality TV show about, you know, 90-year-old people living on their own and being hoarders and living in a house that's falling down. And, you know, I get this feeling my dad's going to be the first one on the show. So any thoughts on this one would help. So later.